Welcome back, everybody, to the third and final match of the night here at the Ultimate Driving Range Championship. We have Rob going up against Winston, representing the two different teams. This format is going to be a net stroke play, meaning each of these players gets their handicap that they've established with us for Top Tracer. Winston is going to be playing to an 8, so that means across 18 holes, he would get 8 strokes awarded to him. Rob is actually playing as a scratch golfer, so he still gets no help based on their differences. And we have a guest appearance from Sam Jagoda Golf, also looking at being an alternate in the league. He is going to be playing an 8 like Carson. They've got 6 holes. What course are you guys playing today?
Spyglass.
Spyglass. So we've got 6 holes at Spyglass coming to you. They are playing the tips. I think it's almost 7,000 yards. Good luck to everybody. And it is tied 1-1. So the winner of this match between Rob and Winston, it's going to be the rubber match, and if Sam wins, I think he just takes the belt for tonight. So good luck to all you guys, and let me know in the comments who you guys think is going to come in clutch. All right, so we're starting off with a par 5. Rob must have picked the hole assignment here. You know he did.
I picked par 5.
Oh no, Winston sat down for a little while, got tightened up. You could see it. He just pulled it left. Luckily gets through most of the trees and everything clean. We'll see if he's got a clean.
Wow.
He actually really has a pretty good look out of the trees as long as he can get it up in the air, so that's not going to hurt too much. They are playing the format too, where they just play the hole out. So Winston is going to play this hole all the way through, and he's going to set the tone for all the other golfers. I am joined here by Carson. He had a really tough loss there against Vinny to make the series 1-1. Carson, tell me a little bit about what went wrong in that match play for you.
Kind of the usual for me lately. A tree hit there. I don't know. It all kind of blended in. Vinny had some really good recovery shots. I thought the door was open, and all of a sudden he, hit some great shots. I'm pulling for Winston here, obviously, hoping that he can get our team to win for tonight. He hits a good one there for sure.
Yep, it's a good one. It was a little out to the right, but again, good recovery shot. Winston's showing a lot of smarts here. I noticed that even without Carson there to help and talk through with it, whether he meant to or not, he set himself up with 100 yards in on his third shot. So he did miss the eagle look, but he doesn't really care because 100 yards is super comfortable for Winston. So he knows if he could stick it close, he has a really good look at birdie. And he's popping on this hole, which means he gets a stroke. So if he can get a net birdie here, he will be walking away, or a gross birdie, he'll be walking away with an eagle. Just gets on the green, 18 yards, should have a fairly decent target. All of them should be available.
Like you said, though, knowing that you're going to stroke is a big deal because you can lay up and think, I can still get birdie for eagle.
Yep.
So
I was scrolling through it.
Yeah, Rob surprisingly put himself, probably fairly so though, he put himself at a scratch golfer, so he is at a significant disadvantage here. These two playing at an 8, they're likely going to get 3 to 4 strokes across this match, so he has to beat them on those holes just to stay even. Winston goes right for that purple target. If he's got the distance, that thing is on a line. Dang,
that's
just a hair short, but still, it's a net birdie, a good way to start off the hole. Hopefully that helped knock the rust off, and he doesn't stay stiff as he sits back down over there.
No, he needs to make sure he stands up.
Yep. You can see Vinny's in the bay next to him. Winston should probably bump him out and take some more warm-up swings. This man never stops, dude.
Rob, I will give it to him, probably close to a scratch. But, his head might have gotten in the way making sure he gets a scratch here because, as we discussed before, Rob's got the highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
And, that goes to what I was talking with Sam about during your match when I was explaining to everybody how match play, gross, net, all those things work. That's where a golfer like Rob can really benefit in match play compared to stroke play. He laces that one, though. Downhill, he should get a lot of distance on that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Dude, look at that.
As Winston says, that is disgusting.
But like I was saying, when you're a golfer that's really, really momentum-based like Rob, when you're in a stroke play match, Carson, you could really, really see the wheels come off for a player like Rob. But in match play, you typically have that safety blanket like, I could go 10, Carson could get a 3, I'm only down 1.
Yeah, a player like Rob for sure. We'll talk about it after a lot of his men's leagues. He comes back, he tells me he shot, 78, 77. A lot of times, it's usually just because he goes OB on 1 or 2 holes.
Yes.
So you take those out of play for him, and it's just a 1 instead of a, 3 strokes or whatever he loses on the hole. It really makes a player, as we talked about, he has those holes, but he also gets eagles and birdies like crazy to make up for it. So it really helps him to be in the match play setting. Yeah. Surprised he didn't do the match play, to be honest.
Right. I think he wanted to give it a spin tonight and see how the stroke play works. Like we talked about, this is just an exhibition night. Well, there it is. If he lets go of that club someday, he's breaking a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
But he probably just wanted to dabble with it. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here, and I'm sure come time for the actual season, we're going to see some different strategies coming out. I have a feeling I'm not even going to end up playing. I'm just going to focus on recruiting better golfers than me.
Exactly.
I'm going to turn into a GM.
Yeah, the goal is to, maybe you'll pop in every once in a while, play a couple holes, but...
You guys do a long drive, but even then you guys can go, there's a lot of people out there that can outdrive me.
If your team wins, dude, no matter what.
Exactly, man. A dub's a dub.
Yeah.
All right, 55 yards, always kind of an in-betweener here. It's pretty tough to manage on Top Tracer. You never know how it's going to roll out, if it's going to stick. Looks like a really good distance is all in the rollout here.
Oh, good shot.
It stuck pretty good.
Rob is really experienced with the Top Tracer wedges. He really knows how far his wedges go on Top Tracer. We're going to see that here because he's going to go for the 99-yard shot, which is one he's used to. Dude, he hits this thing like 9 times out of 10. It's crazy.
Which, note to Top Tracer, not that you guys are paying attention, if you could put a mode or just an overlay on there when you get around the greens that shows like a heat map with undulation, that would take the strategy to a whole new level. Because a lot of times, if you haven't played the hole already, you have no clue what type of slope's on it, but that actually comes into play. He hit it a little fat. I think it's going to pull up short. Short for the birdie. He's in with a par.
That's what we call the announcer's curse right there.
Yeah.
I kind of put it on him.
Yeah. Was that's a little conflict of interest there because
Rob only parred.
All right, and now we've got Sam Jagoda Golf, everybody. He joined me on the desk during the second match. This man is always out here at Dobson Ranch. The thing I give Sam all the credit in the world, man, is he looks at golf through a completely different lens than everybody else. He's always looking for fun ways to spice it up, different lawn games, mini games, interesting formats to play with him and his friends out on the golf course, and he just loves to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
What's your favorite series that Sam does on his different channels?
That's a hard question. He has a lot of great series. He hits that one really good, actually.
Yep. Sam actually just wrapped up a quest, too, to add 30 yards in 30 days. So we're going to see that conclusion to come pretty soon here.
I would say, on the low side, I like his chip and stick videos. It's an easy way to do videos that aren't on the green grass course. Mm-hmm. You can do them anywhere if you have, and I see lots of people in the comments, they're always asking where he gets the mat from. So people can, go buy it themselves and practice their chipping on the chip and stick.
Yep.
On the course, I like the random club challenges. I think those are fun.
Those are fun.
Yeah, they spin the wheel and you have no idea what club you're going to hit. So it's kind of luck.
So you're aiming at the blue pole that's all the way out. Sam with the deepest target. Sam with the strategic play here, got himself into tree trouble, took his time over at the actual monitor to adjust his aim. If you look in the right corner there, he is aimed way right compared to the hole location, but that's because he just wants to punch out. And it goes back to what Carson and I were talking about when Winston was up, is when you know that you're stroking, Sam can basically look at this as a gimme because he tries to hook it around the tree like that. Looks like it works pretty good. Going through the fairway, but should have a clear shot at the hole. Unless that bush has something else to say about it, man.
Interesting that we heard Sam ask where to aim on his second shot, though, and not the first shot. Oh, it looks
there he is. He's in front of the bush. He's not behind it.
I hit the 6-iron 207 yards.
There it is, man. Well, maybe just keep the driver away and tee off with a 6-iron every time, dude.
It's like 118 in here.
That's a pretty comfortable yardage for Sam, too. He's got really good wedge game out here with his PXG wedges. It looked like a pretty flat green, too.
Longer, further, straighter.
It looked like he could probably land this on the front half of the green and let it roll out. Yeah. He doesn't have to worry about sticking it close.
It's downhill a little bit, so it's going to roll out a little more.
Is that how that works?
On Top Tracer, I tend to notice that it's downhill. It gets a little more roll out.
Interesting. Dude, pin seeking out here.
A little long there, but Not bad. He's got 9 yards. Again, like you said, he strokes in this hole, so he's still got to look for birdie net eagle.
Yep.
Looks like he's going for a shorter target with the ledge here.
I think he went for the 100-yard, but he just pulled it right. Oh.
Bogey, it's going to be a net par for him, though.
It's all right. It's not the worst thing in the world. He's still tied with Rob. Bogey, net par. Winston's only 100 ahead.
It's where the barrels
Yeah,
used
it's
to
the
be
pallets.
before the monsoon.
Yeah. Just 50 more yards over this orange stake.
All right, so Winston up here. Noticing it's 67 feet downhill, which is really interesting here. That's going to come out to, that's going to be about 22 yards or so, Winston. Like 22 yards downhill. So it's probably going to play about like 153, 150. I would honestly just play around 150.
And I noticed a common trend between watching you and Winston play. You guys actually have a knack for paying attention to the line in the bottom right and the green location, everything. And you guys tend to just aim for center green instead of pin seeking on a lot of these holes.
Well, he notices he's got way room left and he doesn't have anything right. So even if the ball fades here, it's going to be right on the pin. Like he hit that ball a little right, it's going to end up being
he
probably
been
right
in
at the
rocks
target line.
If he didn't move that.
Oh,
just
that
a hair
was
short.
So close.
Maybe an overestimation there by his once partner, Carson. Still has a look at birdie. This one, there is no stroke. You can tell because there is a dot underneath the shots column there in the bottom left if they're getting a stroke. So everyone is playing this hole straight up. He does have a look for bird. He's happy to walk away from a par, I think, on this one.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
He doesn't want to give away that lead he had.
A little right,
Going
but we
for the
know that other target's over there too.
Might catch a piece of the par for the purple there, and he did.
That's a great par from Winston.
There it is. That's a good save. Nothing wrong with that.
What'd you hit there, Winston? So, I don't know if it was the advice that went wrong, but...
Oh, on the original one?
Yeah.
Well, you don't hit your...
No, 9-iron. Yeah, so that's what I wanted Winston to hit. So it might have been a little bit of caddy error. I thought 9-iron was the club.
I still don't believe it, man. Jury's out on how accurate the downhill, uphill stuff is. Maybe it's just because I don't know anything about it, so I just like to just pretend it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it just basically, you're just going to take off whatever the downhill is off your yardage. So 67 feet downhill, if you take that number, it's about 23 yards. Because 66 divided by 3 is 22 yards.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I think you're right, yep.
Yeah.
I was a comm major, everybody. Meanwhile, Rob's out here finding greens in regulation.
Rob is a physics PhD, so he knows the yardages to a T.
Yeah.
He also
I would
knows,
ask him this question, but we would never finish this match.
Yeah. Well, the spin downhill is going to go this way, and then...
Interesting, too, because earlier tonight in the alternate shot, the wind was big time at your guys' back.
Yeah.
The wind's been almost non-existent since we started the second and now the third match.
Yeah, I will say, the wind on Top Tracer is really unpredictable, and it's a lot harder to play with, especially since our range is usually downwind. Sometimes you're way long, and it just leaves you confused.
Yeah, it trips me out too because I have had this confirmed as he goes for the 100-yard target. Looks like it might be a hair short of the red, so par, again, no blood. But I have had this confirmed by the Top Tracer technicians when they've been out here doing work before. The actual simulated ball flight is traced off of your ball's actual flight. Yeah. So I'm wondering how much of the calculations are coming off that too, because it's got to take the angle and the speed as it comes off, and then it's just tracking mid-flight. So it'd be really interesting to get a sneak peek inside, but I'm sure that's all proprietary.
Yeah, well,
we probably won't get answers.
It's the same technology that you see on tour, and you see them trace the ball the whole time.
Yeah.
I think it's just that good. It traces the ball the whole time, and it takes into account the wind because the ball's going to fly farther naturally with the wind.
Yeah.
That was pretty good right there.
On a line. Let's just make sure this doesn't roll through the green, dude. Sam ate his Wheaties.
I was actually just going to say, I think that it was an advantage going third because you saw how the downhill came into play.
Yeah.
but Sam still went long there. He made really good contact with that ball.
Yeah, he did. And you know what? He did just get back from Colorado, so he was expecting to have the elevation like up there. Probably just didn't realize how strong he is now. And for everybody out there considering getting into golf, or if you're newer to golf, whenever you're looking into a set of golf clubs, the number one most important thing is you have to like what it looks like when you're looking down at it. Otherwise, you're never going to feel confident. You're never going to hit a good shot. That's probably why Sam is getting these clubs now, because that was tough.
I ain't getting blades.
No?
Bad contact.
Yeah, also, blades do look good. You gotta be good to hit them. They're harder to hit. The bigger the cavity back, they're gonna be better. But as Bob Parsons says, farther, straighter, better. All the good adjectives that come. Boom,
baby. See, I don't know though. That's what everybody's always said, is that you have to be a good golfer to hit those types of irons, like blades and everything. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just the old baseball player in me, but I like how they look a lot. Really thin clubs like that. But to me, I noticed I started playing much better with no extra practice when I got those clubs. Not gonna say it's all because of how they look, but really I actually like the feedback I get now. When I hit it off the toe, my hands sting a little bit. So I know, like, hey, that was a terrible shot, and I can adjust and figure it out. Where before, you just stripe the ball no matter where you hit it on the face. It's so forgiving, and you do get away with more, but I think overall I don't get as a lot of feedback.
Yeah, I think that's a really good ball from Winston right there.
Dude, that was the exact shot shape that you want. I don't think this man's tense anymore.
No.
He's loosened right up.
Yeah. He's been doing yoga in his garage, and we know that's been paying off for Winston.
That's because his yoga studio, what used to be their yoga studio, is now his daughter's room, is my guess. So, new father and Winston out here trying to make a living for him and his family on the UDRC.
Yeah, teaching his daughter flexibility from a young age. Because as we talked about, Winston's getting a golf club in his daughter's hand as soon as possible. So that way, future LPGA. We were talking about earlier with the blades, though. I think it's all personal preference. Like you said, the good thing about the cavity backs is they go as far as even if you hit them toe or not.
Yeah.
So it helps you when you're playing, but the blades help you get better because you get that feedback.
Yeah.
So I think in the long run, the blades are helpful, but...
Dude, another freaking money shot right there.
Right at it. Get up there.
There it is. Dude, that's a gnarly looking green right there. It looks like it's like straight downhill too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so I think short run cavity backs, long run blades are helpful for sure.
Yeah. For everybody out there too that isn't sure what we're talking about when we say cavity back, if you look at the club or you look at a club and it's hollowed out in the back, that's what cavity back, the name, comes from. But a lot of times those clubs, and why they're more forgiving, the actual bottom of the club is thicker, meaning that it's going to skate across the turf better, where when it's a sharper edge, a thinner club, you're going to dig in and your chunks feel worse. The sweet spots are smaller.
That's right at it. Maybe a little short.
Dude, short. And you could tell, you saw that he hit that one a little bit fat.
Yeah. I will say, companies have done a great job making those clubs that look like blades for players like us that are actually really forgiving. Because for all you guys out there, Drew and I both have the same set. We have the Apex Pros, the Callaway 2021s. It's a player's iron, so it's a little thinner than the cavity backs.
Yep.
So it looks closer to a blade, but it's almost
not
as
a
forgiving.
True blade.
It's almost as forgiving as a cavity
What is it, like
back.
a forged head or something like
that? Yeah,
that?
it's a forged head, so it's going to give you a little more forgiveness than a blade does, but you're still going to get that feedback when you hit the toe because it's not going to go as far.
Hopefully Rob knows how to shape his shot. I'm sure he does, but these things always scare me when people leave the default line, and Rob could easily hit this through the fairway. Now, depending on the line he takes, it wouldn't be a ton of trouble. But if he pulls it at all like that and rolls through, he might be in some bunker
Looks like this
or
hole's
tree
uphill
trouble.
though, so it might take a little distance off.
Yeah, right, man. Right in the bunker.
Oh,
Sade safe.
See,
Good
normally
for Rob.
in real life here, the green grass course, you're going to have a little bit of an awkward lie there.
Dude,
keep
Rob
it in
getting
the
yelled
range,
at.
Rob. But in real life here, you're going to have a little bit of an awkward stance, probably 1 foot in the bunker. And you're going to, but on Top Tracer here, his lie's fine.
Perfect
He's just hitting
lie
off the mats.
every time.
Yeah. And he doesn't have to worry about the lip either.
That's why we're such big advocates of the top tracer range. We're getting it at all the ranges that we manage, mainly because not only can it give you the numbers at an affordable rate, you don't have to go out and buy these multi-$1,000 units to get distances. I know they have smaller ones, but the games and everything that come on it just make it so much more fun. And this way lowers the barrier of entry for new golfers. You don't have to look for lost balls like Sam and I talked about earlier. You always have a good lie. You don't have to worry about how quickly you're playing. And Rob with an absolute dart. Unfortunately, it rolled through this back pin, but he's 6 yards away. That's nothing to be mad at. He's got a very good look here, which he's going to need because both Winston and Sam are stroking this hole. So you guys saw Winston got a bogey, but it adjusted it to a par because of that stroke.
Yep. I will say about the top tracer with practicing too, I think it keeps everyone out here longer practicing because the games are fun, you're more interactive versus you're just hitting balls in the range.
Yep.
So without you even knowing it, you're hitting more balls, you're getting more practice, you're enjoying it more.
Yep.
Which is before you just get tired of hitting balls into the abyss of the driving range, not really knowing what's going on.
And it's interesting, I always thought it was just me and my own pride getting in the way when I was practicing, but I've actually had this feedback a lot. Looks like he went for the purple target on that one, which is a smart play because they're all condensed together. Safe for par. Again, he doesn't gain any ground but doesn't lose any. This is an opportunity for Sam to come back and tie for second place. But like I was saying, I've heard this sentiment through a lot of the golfers and the guests that have come out and used it at our different locations, is when you're practicing and just hitting it poles or you're hitting it nothing, even if there's targets out on a range, it's really easy to rationalize like, oh yeah, that's where I meant to hit it. Or if it's 150 yards out, you don't have the right type, your depth perception makes it look close, but was it really, how would that have rolled out like normal? So the feedback and the info you get from this is just next level. I know they just came out with a new mode for player improvement, the 30 shot thing, right?
Top Tracer 30, yeah, I've done it a
30.
couple times. It's really cool. It's going to show you where you're going to gain and lose strokes. So for example, I did it the other night. I noticed, I'm losing strokes on driver and wedge shots, but I'm gaining strokes in this area. So it helps me know what to work on, what to focus on for sure.
I'm sure I don't need that to tell me I'm losing strokes everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh no, Sam drop kicked that one hard. But again, not really gonna hurt him, especially because he's stroking on this hole. He's got a nice straight angle uphill. It is another 300 yards. Yes, Sam gonna elect to driver off the deck here.
But like you were mentioning, targets out there, you get out to 150 and you're like, oh, I think that was close. But then you hit on the top tracer and you realize, oh wait, I was like 10 yards short.
Right,
you didn't realize that you were actually short because of your depth perception out there and the targets are far out there. It looks like you hit it pretty close to the target. Sometimes you did.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell.
Sam electing to go driver off the deck here. We haven't seen one all night. Let's see if he can deliver. Brought to you by PXG. Dude.
That was way better than the one off the tee here, so we'll see.
Carson with some shots. Got the cart paddle up, riding it all the way uphill. Find some grass to hold him in place. Look at that. He's got a nice, easy 64-yard flip shot onto the green. And
whenever anyone has done driver off the deck, it seemed to benefit them.
Yes, not me, but yes, everybody else. Everybody else.
I remember Lucas did it when we had the Westwood kids out here.
Yep.
Helped him out a lot. Helped Sam out a lot on that one for sure. That was pretty good.
Dude, looks like he might have flown it 60 yards, though. He's going to roll through the green.
Sit.
Looking at about the same shot that Rob just had, so should have some of those targets combined, should have a pretty easy look here. Nothing to be too mad about. If he gets a bogey, it's a net par because of his handicap. So if he can hit that inner ring at whatever target he goes for, he still has an opportunity to bring himself back even with Rob and with one of Winston.
You're a little distracted here because Vinny's trying his lefty swing behind me.
Oh, geez. He was telling me he's using my club.
Oh, that's a good one from Sam.
Oh, it's going to be a little left, though. It should be big enough. No blood.
Yeah, he's going to keep a par there with the stroke.
It's all right. This is actually a really good showing. We're through 3 holes now, right? Or 4? 3 or 4?
Through 3.
Through 3. And you can see everybody's within 2 shots of each other. So it just goes to show that the handicapping that we've come up with is pretty fair, and it just gets more consistent as people play more rounds. So we did adjust. It's not just a straight up, if I shoot X on the golf course, I get the same handicap here because you don't putt. Like, I lose a lot of strokes in green grass golf putting, right, around the greens. But once you're within 30 yards here, it locks you in so that no matter what, the worst you could do is a 3-putt.
Yeah, and weirdly on the opposite. I tend to kind of gain strokes around the green. Oh, that's a bomb from Winston.
Winston
right
reached back on that one.
Straight down the middle, too. Great shot, too. You notice, too, did they pick Spyglass?
They did.
There is a lot of elevated. It was like the first couple holes were downhill, and this one seems to be like really uphill.
Yeah, they're on a roller coaster. The last one was uphill too.
In real life, you'll notice uphill shots are really intimidating. The ones that are really uphill, because you're just like, you're looking straight up and you're like, oh my gosh. On the top tracer, you don't really take it into account because it just looks flat. So that's another benefit of top tracer on the uphill. I'm guessing Winston's taking probably a full sandwich here. A little uphill. Maybe a little left, but it looks pretty good.
That'll be...
just short.
No. Luckily, it didn't come back down at all.
He's only 10 yards still. The pin's pretty close up there to the front, so he's still got, it looks like...
Yeah. If you're
probably
Winston,
have about 10 feet for birdie from where he's at.
If you're Winston, are you aiming for the back line on this one, or are you sticking to the target you prefer?
I think Winston's been going at the 140 all night, and I think it's really helpful here because if you can look on the back of the screen, they're all lined up. So if he pulls it or pushes it,
he's pretty safe.
He's pretty safe. And all he's got to worry about is the distance for the most part. And then if he does hit a good shot, which we're hoping he does here,
you're hoping he does. I'm impartial.
Andrew's unbiased. I'm a little biased. That one is
it looks like it's
right
on a rope. That is a homing missile right there. As long as it's got the distance and it.
Just a little short.
Just a little more. I bet if he didn't sit down for 30 minutes, he would have been a little more loose. That would have been the money.
It forced me to start actually playing.
One more yoga stretch out of Winston.
Dude, I forgot to look at it again, but he's stroking. So there it is. Dude, you got
the net eagle for him.
Yeah, you got a par, and with his handicap, he ended up taking a stroke there. So you guys heard it when Rob walked by. He said, "I guess we have to start playing golf."
This is what I'm talking about with Rob. This is the kind of stuff that fuels Rob. So he likes to say that stuff and back it up. So we'll see.
But it's risk reward, because if he just freaking yanks this one or something, he says that and then fails to follow up.
Well, you kind of talked him into that one.
Hey, you're over here helping out Winston. I got to motivate Rob, dude. Cart Path
love.
Took a page out of Sam's book there. 99 yards in, same spot Winston was just in. Yep, in top tracer, you do not get relief.
He's talking off the cart path like he's sitting off the cart path in real life, but he's actually on a mat, so I don't know why he's talking to it. It's on a weird note. All right, a little side note. But if you notice, a lot of the long hitters, Drew included, big calves. Kyle Berkshire, big calves. As Phil says, he likes to activate the calves when he swings. So, I don't know, that might be a trend for the long
tree trunks. It's all in the bottom half, dude. I mean, it's the same in any sport that has rotation in it. You look at baseball, hockey, all those guys, it's all in the lower half.
Actually right on it.
Dude, a little long, dude. That's a good miss.
Are too big for that one.
It's a good miss. This is going to be interesting, too, because he's exactly the same yardage Winston was. And he has, I think it looks the same.
Thing. It might be the bunker that affects it more than...
bunker worse than actually being in the fairway or the rough. Yeah. I think because Winston was in the fairway, too, that helped out.
I think he's probably going for the trusty. Let's see what he pulls here. Oh, he's pulling the P-wedge. He's going for the 140
He's going
target.
for the long targets, all the ones that are mishmashed together. Smart move on his part, if you ask me.
I don't know. He's usually pretty dialed the 99-yarder, but I think it is a safer play for sure.
Oh, he chunked it.
A little chunky.
And it's on a decent line. It's just not going to have the legs. So.
See, that's the benefit of going to the back one, though, because he had a bigger par area back there. Yeah. If he chunks that one to the 99 yards,
there's a chance he's missing.
Yeah. Right.
And if you actually take that into account, it would have had to have been a massive chunk. But even the blue, the 100 that he usually goes with, it nestled up right to the back line too. So it's, I think the only person we've ever seen hit a gap that small for a miss was Carson.
Yeah, I hit the smallest crack between.
Yeah.
That was for birdie too. But
That was the worst.
don't want to reminisce on the bad, but
Yeah, well, you went from birdie to bogey, right? Or was it birdie to par?
I think it was birdie to par, but I think it was a really big part of the match.
Yeah. Like typical fashion for you.
Yeah, for sure. I might as well have been a tree when I was putting or something like that.
Boom. This hole playing to everybody's shot shape. Going left is not a big deal as long as you get through those trees, unlike Sam just hitting it dead on.
He does not get the cart path love.
No, the tree said, no,
No,
not
no.
in my house. That's okay though. 208 yards.
He stroked on this
stroking.
one, though. He did
Yeah,
stroke.
man, this is no real upset here.
Here's the hybrid right at
It's
it.
fading a little bit with the uphill. Should run it right uphill. Just stay out of the bunker.
Is he going to be putting?
Yeah, he's
going
putting
to
from
be
there.
putting. See, this is where a really clutch shot on the putting on top tracer can help a lot because I realize this is a tough up and down. But if he
Yes.
hits a good putt here, then
That orange thingy right there, 71?
that's
No,
48.
that's 48. The 71 is the cone to the
Cones on
right.
the right.
Here?
Yeah. And the 56 is this front cone to the far right. Let's see if he can do it. Get the gross par for a net birdie. Start to claw his way back. He goes for the dude. That looks really good on the
A
71.
little short, maybe.
Might have been short though. I think you're right.
He strokes, though, again, not going to hurt him. He's going to keep a par there.
Yep.
Carson
Still-
Sharp's back up here. My dad.
Yes, we still have the old names in from the alternate shot. Rob Padilla.
44 down.
You can already hear Rob in the background for those of you at home analyzing 44 feet downhill. He said he's going to effing rip one here. So we'll
Yeah,
see
in his
ya.
head, we know he's doing it. We know he's doing his math equations in his head here.
Yeah, yeah.
Very comparable to Bryson in that way. You know,
Yeah.
he hits the ball pretty far like Bryson, and you know, doing those physics equations at the same time.
Dude, saw a crazy clip of Bryson the other day with Bob Does Sports and those guys. He hit a freaking lefty shot just in the middle of a match onto the green.
Ooh, a little right there, but he killed
Little
that
right, not gonna hurt him,
Did it
but
hit
not
the tree at all?
shot shape you want. No, I don't think so.
No, it didn't. Oh, I think it hit the tree.
Dude, did it hit that
It hit the
branch?
tree.
I just felt like he kind of skied it anyways.
Once he just hits the ball high.
Does he?
Yeah.
You guys are the opposite, dude.
I think that's why we make a good alternate shot
Yeah.
team. One high, one low. I think Winston's pulling. Winston, interesting fact about Winston, 4 wedges in the bag.
Really?
4 wedges.
What's
he
he
took
got?
out another one of his long irons and put in another wedge.
That's an interesting move, but hey, you got some for everything now. Also going to be outright. He will not be putting either, so he does have another chip shot. Wheels are falling off here for Winston. This hole, they're not stroking either, so this could be a great opportunity for Rob. I think he's licking his chops over there on the bench, dude. That's the biggest smile I've seen all night.
Actually lipping his shot.
Oh my goodness.
That's a really good shot right
really?
there from Winston. He clipped it. Oh! Goes out unnecessarily long on the top tracer sometimes. So, as we remember earlier, he landed one about 14 yards short and he was like
I
all the
think
way up to the
by
top.
default, top tracer is like a 12 on whatever that meter
Yeah,
is.
yeah, the stimp meter, yeah.
Those of
Especially when you play
at home-
Pinehurst.
For those of you at home, the stimp meter is some golf tool that like big time golf nerds use to tell you how fast it's moving on the greens. Like what you see them playing on tour is usually like a 10 to 12, like pretty slick. Most golf courses probably have it like
Go,
8,
go.
9.
Oh, you know what? Bogey there, not too bad for him from where he was.
Yeah,
He's
you
still
know-
going to be one up.
He had a 2-shot lead. This does leave the door open for Rob here to get a birdie and to bring it back to a tie, but again, could have been much worse. He played a little military golf there, went all over the map, and was able to save it.
Rob, interestingly, plays with a watch on his left wrist. I don't know, would that bother you when you play? I really can't.
I play with a watch.
Well, the glove keeps it from getting too close to my wrist.
There you go.
There we go. There's the
Rob's
answer.
always listening.
There's the answer that we didn't call for, but he responded with.
Hey man, you ask, he shall
answers.
receive.
That's actually a good answer, though. His glove is going to keep it so that his watch does not ride up, because a lot of times golf, you got to bow your wrist, and if it hits the watch right there.
See, shout out to Germ, who works up in the golf shop. I, for the longest time, was wearing, we'll see this shot. I was wearing my Apple Watch with the button up on top and on this side, so I would hit it whenever I bent my wrist. And he showed me you could flip that around. I never knew that.
He was licking his chops for a reason, because
Yeah,
he just killed
absolutely pummeled that.
that one. Also, I noticed it went through the tree, but it didn't hit on that one, although...
Dude, I don't think it hit on Winston's, man. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to be that guy.
I'm gonna benefit my teammate and say it hit the tree. 98 yards for Rob here. Probably
Right
a
in
light
his
60
wheelhouse.
degree, right? A light 60 degree for Rob. Maybe even a putter.
Leave us a comment if you guys want to do a match where you guys pick the club selection for us. We've seen Sam do that series on his social media where he has people comment and tell him what order he's going to play the clubs on a given hole. Super fun way to do it. So let us know below if you guys want. We'll do a little par 4 head-to-head match. And you guys can pick what order we're going to hit those clubs.
He's not happy with that, but I think it's a decent shot. It's just a little right. Great yardage. Oh, you just pushed it a little bit.
Bailed out hitting that little peninsula there, not going into the sand, because like we discussed earlier, less of a penalty when you're in the rough versus the actual hazard, the bunker.
Interesting that didn't roll out at all. It just kind of sat in the peninsula. I think Rob's got to know something.
Yeah.
He's shaking his head yes, like he knows something.
He's probably got some coder friend at home that's broken into Top Tracer.
He's got a wedge back in his hand, so I think he's going
100 yard.
Yeah, 100 yarder.
Yeah.
Old trusted. Oh, it looks pretty good.
That looks pretty money.
Got to go a little bit. That's a good par.
Left a little meat on the bone there, though. Could have been a great opportunity. I think if he hits the green, he hits a birdie there.
Yeah, for sure. Sam
Claws
looking
way back in.
Sam realistically needs to get one back here to get back in the game. So you need to get one back here to get yourself back. What, we have 2 holes left after this?
Something like that.
Yeah.
We really need to get better at paying attention to the holes that we choose.
Yeah, too much fun. We're just...
Yeah, we're just... Dude.
Great shot there. He figured it out. He was hitting those little duck hooks on that one. He caught that one really square.
Just don't hit the bunker.
Oh,
Man, if it
and the
would've-
more car path.
I was gonna say, if Sam was gonna nuzzle up right behind that tree, man, that would have been just, I'd walk off. But still not as bad a luck as Carson had earlier.
Yeah, I will say, if that was me, I'd probably nuzzle up.
167, 34 feet down. What would you be hitting in this situation, Carson?
34, that's about 11 yards. 155. Probably a
This
9
guy
iron.
Mats.
Probably a 9 iron here.
A 9 iron for 130 yards?
155.
Ah, dude, I don't know, bro. That's probably a P wedge for me. Oh no.
Oh, that's a good ball, Terry.
No, he's going to be in some open area, though. He can save it and get up and down here.
It's actually got a pretty good angle back at the hole.
Who knows? We never had a hole out on Top Tracer. You can hit the pin, we found out. We found out you can hit the pin.
Let's go. Sam to jar it from 62 yards. You heard it here first, everybody.
That would be huge. You have to go follow his accounts if he jars it.
Even if he doesn't.
Yeah, true.
Get some legs.
Go.
Oh no.
Barely.
Dang, you hate to see it.
7 yards. He can still save par here. He's probably going to have, if he goes for the far one, I think he's keeping the wedge in hand. So he's going to have about 10
For the
feet
100-yard shot.
I think he's going for the 71-yarder.
What do you think? Okay.
So he's aiming that way.
I can't wait till we get the new targets in to replace those cones that are out there. All right,
Bogey there for Sam. He's still got a chance. I believe we have 2 holes left. Rob Padilla's up here.
Wow, a nice, short, 124 yard.
Is it?
Yeah, you guys ended on par 3?
Yeah, we guys ended on par 3, right?
Oh, man.
Uh-oh, last hole.
And it's all square. Nobody's getting a stroke here. Doors open. Rob with the honors really needs to sack up right here and get a birdie, put the pressure on Winston.
You know, normally here, I think you aim a little left, you save yourself from the water. When you're in Rob's shoes here, you gotta go for it. You gotta go right at the pin. You need a birdie here because you're assuming Winston's gonna make hopefully par. So I think he's gotta go right at it.
Pin seeking. He's got that trusty wedge. That's the one he hits the 100-yard shot with usually. I'm sure he's just gonna put a little more oomph on it. Let the downhill do its job. It is a front pin, it looks like, too.
Seeing a 60 degree, it's about 118 for 60 degree. That's a pretty long 60 degree.
Man, when you got calves like us, it's
Yeah.
doable. He left that one right. It is
More
cutting.
force in the ground.
Just don't cut to the water. Look at that.
Oh my, oh.
What club was that?
55.
Okay.
55 degree, okay. Makes him a little more human.
I had the distance.
Yeah,
Is that usually what you hit for the 100-yard shot?
Yeah, but it's like a choke down.
Yeah, it's like a choke down.
Choke down fade. Gotta make sure he takes it out. This is a hard choice here. He's been going back and forth between the 140 and the 100. This is a big shot, so whatever he chooses here, he's got to have faith in.
Dude, looks like he's going for the long ball. He's going to play it safer on the par, which I think, honestly, it's what I would be doing.
Yep.
I absolutely suck at a 100-yard shot, though, so it's pretty tough comparison if you ask me.
If you like that shot, though, you get a bigger target. So bigger target, more chance to hit it if he's more comfortable with this shot.
It's why I play from the tips, man. There's always more room to miss.
Right? Oh, that's a really good shot. That's
Dude,
right.
as long as it has the distance, man. We've seen this
Maybe a
too many
little
times
right.
tonight.
Oh,
Dude, and gonna be
just
short.
I think, you know what I think it was? I think it was, Drew, is we were downwind before. And I think they were used to that. And now the wind's kind of still.
Yeah.
And everyone's been leaving it short.
Yep, that's what'll do it, man.
Yeah, if Winston heard me,
This is Winston's to give away.
right? If Winston heard me there's no more wind, so we're gonna.
Carson at the backseat coaching over here.
All right.
Dude, there is a chance he could block it right to the water.
Okay, I don't know why we're talking into my teammates' ears. But Winston's just gonna tune it out.
Back off challenge.
He's gonna play his own music in his ears here. He's gonna tune it out.
Literally his own music.
Yeah,
This
literally.
man used to be a traveling DJ. He just played his last show.
Oh, and he comes in clutch.
And I think he makes, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
That's a really safe shot there. 13
That's okay.
yards. He just needs a par here.
Yeah.
I really think Winston should go for the 140 target here. A lot of area. He's got a bunch of par. That's all he's looking for. If you look in the backside there, there's more area for par. It's a little safer.
Or should Winston just play his own game? We talk about that all the time on here. Do you play the scoreboard? Do you play it like you're playing head-to-head, or you just play your game and just, you know, let the ball and the club
It's
do
gotta
all
be
the
a mix
talking?
of both, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that one's gonna be hard right, dude.
Can the other target save
it
him?
looks like he might line it if it
Oh,
even
short.
gets there. And like that, we
Sorry,
got a
sorry.
playoff. Sam, if the ace cam's live for Sam, we will have a three-way tie.
I can win it.
Hey, Paradigm and UDRC rules, 2-tie, all-tie. So Sam's pretty much got free reign here.
Yeah, Sam all of a sudden in the driver's seat. Because
Yeah.
it's a 2-tie, all-tie. But, you know, the best he can do is tie here, so,
Yep,
which would be insane.
tiebreaker. That looks really good.
Took a shot.
What a shot by Sam.
What would you think for the yardage and the closest? What are we thinking?
Well, I can't let you choose because you have an actual stake in this. So I was
Yeah,
just
I think
gonna
we should go for whatever
I was
Winston's most comfortable yardage
Yeah. I was just gonna throw it to our cameraman Devin back
Yeah,
here.
I
Let
like
the
it.
most unbiased choose, but I'm not gonna let it say it out loud because these two can warm up while Sam's playing.
That's true.
Also not fair.
So he should just tell Winston here, let him get a little heads up. Ooh, that's probably the birdie he was looking for
Dude,
earlier. Right
let's
there.
go. Sam Jagoda, everybody,
does it.
on the flag. There it
You gotta
is.
get a clap on that one.
All right, so we have an official playoff here. They had two people tie, so here at the UDRC, 2-tie, all-tie is in effect tonight in this exhibition match. So all three golfers are now gonna get their fair shot Each of them get 3 opportunities. We are doing the Belfry, I don't know, let me know in the comments below how badly I butchered that name. It is 147 yards to the pin. It is absolutely no change in elevation, and it's a center pin. So this one, we're serving it up right on a platter. We want to see who can do the simple 147-yard shot. Winston is going to start us off here. These golfers will be hitting all 3 shots in a row, going in order. So we have Winston, followed by Rob, and with Sam rounding out the field.
Yeah, you know what's interesting here with the 3 shots, Winston, we know originally he's going to go with a 9-iron. You let me know. If you know he wants to adjust, he's got 3 shots. He can always switch.
Is that your idea?
No.
As his coach? Oh man.
That one looks pretty good.
Oh man.
Go a little bit forward, man.
He did hit that a little thick. You could hear it by the way he hit the turf. But if he keeps that line and hits it a little more solid, I think that's the number. Oh man.
A little right, but I think he's got the yardage.
He's big time right. They might not even make it. I think it's headed straight for that bunker. Yep.
A little close. He's got the yardage down now. He's just got to go in between those 2 he just hit right there. Like we were talking about pressure shots, Winston, college athlete as well.
Really?
Yes. Football. Wide receiver.
That's right. I feel like I knew that. Oh, that would have been the distance too. He went center, right, and then left. So he left the door open here. He's hoping that all the other 2 players skunk right now.
All the next 6 shots have to miss the green.
yeah. Hey, crazier things have happened. Or we get another 2-tie all-tie.
Yes.
That's the other way to go.
That's what Winston's hoping for here.
Yep. Winston is just leaving the door open. Rob, what do you think Rob's hitting here? Is this a nice little P wedge for him?
Definitely a pitching wedge for Rob. Probably around a full wedge for him.
Yeah, I think that's about right. If the bunker, I can't really see from this far away, but ooh, that one's gonna be left. It's not fading back that much for him, but if he can carry that full bunker, get on, wow, and it's gonna be in the first cut, so it's a missed green.
Winston's over here crossing his fingers. No one hit the green.
Oh, and there it is, coming into play, just like Carson mentioned. Rob switching to the Grandma Club. That one has a graphite shaft, it looks like.
They're all steel.
He quickly corrects Andrew, make sure that he knows they're all steel.
I may or may not be saying that to get in his head. Pretty sure. Oh, he went to a 9-iron. He's going to choke down, easy 9-iron now. I don't have that shot in my bag, dude. It's all or nothing.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Still going to be left, though. Now see, this is the thing, man. Oh, first cut, dude. You got to stop landing on the rough. He's asking where his rollout is. Hit the actual green and it'll roll.
All of his shots are just stick today. None of them have been rolling like we were talking about earlier. This is a clutch here. This will put all the pressure on Sam to just hit the green. That's all you have to do.
Dude, that's, you took the words right out of my mouth. If you're Sam here after he just missed the green again.
No, that's right.
Yeah, it's right, or it's going to roll through, dude.
Oh my gosh.
If you're Sam Jagoda Golf, or I can't say this too loud, I can't give him the idea. Are you just going to go ahead and move the line and go for the big meaty part?
Yeah, yes, of course. I might even take a 7-iron and punch it.
Roll it up there. All right, well, so far, no adjustment from Sam. He's going for it. We Ace Cam Live, everybody. Called the comeback of the year before our season even starts here.
More or less pressure. All he's got to do is hit the green. This might be more pressure because it seems like a simpler shot.
Oh! Left. In the bay next to us, somebody hit a worm burner, hit another ball. It almost knocked
close,
Sam's ball out of the sky.
See, because it was far though, he almost hit that fatter part of the green.
The bigger part of the green. Yeah, it's 2-tie, all-tie. You just throw it back.
All we need is one.
Dude, yeah, we could phone a friend. We could throw you, Vinny, and then me in the mix.
Yeah, we could have to switch it up.
Oh, man, that should be it. I don't know, man. The right side has absolutely no love, though. There it is.
Oh!
Sam Jagoda Golf with the comeback. There it is. A dub's a dub, everybody. The No, it's just split down the middle. We said it here. If Sam came in and won the show match, he's walking home with the title.
Yeah,
No,
Sam's got the double check.
We'll have them all back. We'll get some more playoffs. So, dude, congratulations to Sam on winning the final match. You're never truly out of it when it comes to the UDRC. Carson, thanks for joining me on the desk. And that's it, everybody. We had a 1-to-1 where we had a third wild card win there. It was just an exhibition night. Let us know what you guys thought of the format. The alternate shot followed by the match play, followed by the stroke play. If you have any other formats you want to see us do, let us know and we'll do everything we can within the parameters of Top Tracer to make that happen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Smashers on.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard, but it gets better